Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Monday Night Wellness Stories. I'm Sherry Danzig, and we are talking about a particular story that's focused on children that are child athletes of some capacity and how they've had a great experience with the products. These products are really amazing. They're products that are inspired by Mother Nature. We call it biomimicry. So they're technologies that are inspired and harnessing nature to bring them into our everyday use and our everyday benefit. And here we're not going to explain the technologies in this short while that we'll be together. Rather, we're going to share a few stories of our experiences. And if you're listening to this and we say something that you don't understand, please go back to the person that invited you to listen and get more details about the products themselves. So this company, Niken, has been giving us amazing products, amazing technologies for going on almost 50 years. So we have lots and lots of stories. So first, Wynn, if you want to share a story that you've got about working with a
Yes,
child athlete.
actually, I knew this gentleman is he in his 70s, a retired engineer, and he had a grandson. I think he's 7 or 8, play hockey, and he reached out to me because his grandson go a big competition somewhere in Canada. He said, "Can you send me a couple necklace?" And he ordered. I think before Nikon didn't have any more that stainless steel pretty design, so he ordered a couple of them. I sent to him. And he said, my grandson did so well on the game. He focused, he hit home run, and I think the necklace really make a difference. And he used Nikon water and some jewelry on his grandson.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Touch with him throughout the year, and I'm still he gave me something to do, and I'm gonna do something tonight and test him too. But he into holistic, and his daughter is not into holistic, but he said, let's put this on your son and see what happened. And he did so well, and he won the game. And he was able to focus in school much better. He sent me some video and picture too while he played hockey.
That's great. Yeah, can help them recover from having some sort of an injury, and it certainly can help them be healthier in all aspects of their life. So that's really awesome. A couple of people came on, so if you have a story that you'd like to share, just raise your hand or let me know. I want to share a story that is a budding athlete. So when my kids were very little, my twins played soccer, and there were a couple of times where one of the kids that was running around the soccer field came off the field having a breathing attack. They could not catch a deep breath. And it was a problem that they had. It was a condition that they struggled with. And so both times, this happened like within about a month of each other. I didn't know the mother. I didn't know the child. So I didn't want to be too overbearing, but I said, "Can I offer something to you and just see if this will help?" Because the child was having to, stop playing the game. One time it was at practice, the other time it was actually a game. And they said, "Sure." Both times the mother said, "Sure." And I brought out a pair of this magnetic tool. At the time, they were called Mag Boys. And they
Okay.
were these balls that were they were something that you could roll on the skin, but because I didn't know this child, I decided I would simply spin it. So I was rolling the magnet like this, about 2 feet, not even 2 feet in front of this child. And I did that for, maybe 4 or 5 minutes. And at the end of that time period, both times the child could start to breathe normally. They
Mm.
were relaxed. You could see their shoulders drop. They were relaxed. And instead of having to be taken home to get off the field to go do something medical that they would have done, the magnetic products were able to relax the child's body enough so that they could go back on and they continued playing. So that really spoke to me because it wasn't something I had to there was nothing invasive, and I love that we have something that is so powerful that simply by creating that magnetic field, the body responded and the stress that the child was feeling went away. So, imagine that. So I had both of the mothers, ordered that product so they could have it because I'm sure there were times where it came up again and again, and I just didn't happen to be there. So, talk about something that can completely uh, reset the body, and that's what these products are all about. They're all about helping to help the body to recover more quickly. I've been on the tennis court a bunch with these products, and there have been one or two times where someone had a child that um, the I shared it with the mother that who I was playing with, and they were going to share it with their tennis player child. So Debbie Jones just joined us. Debbie, if you'll unmute, we're kind of wrapping things up here, but I know you've got a story about your grandson.
Yes, I do. So my grandson, my 6-year-old grandson here in Atlanta, plays basketball. He's just started playing basketball, and I normally take my little uh, first aid bag, I call it, with me to the games and the practices. And he went down with a bunch of kids, hit the floor, and when he got up, he was limping and I looked, and he was still trying to run up and down the court, and so I grabbed my bag, and of course he's 6, so he's rather small. So I take the elbow wrap out and slide it on his leg, and so some of the other parents had seen me when I had gone and grabbed my bag and went out there to him, and he goes out on the court like gangbusters right away. And the one young lady that was sitting near me, my daughter's friend, she said, "Is that the Nican magnets?" And I said, "Well, it's the wrap. We have wraps also." So although it was the elbow wrap, it was still versatile, able to use it on a smaller kid and pull it right up on his knee. And he took right on off playing, continued the game with no issues.
That's
So I was
awesome.
very thankful for that.
That's awesome. When you give the body what it needs, it functions very well, and that's what these products really help to do. Thank you so much. Do you want to share real quick about I know you've got your sons were high school players, football players, and they both had some great results. If you want to jump in and just share that as
Absolutely.
well.
Yes. So my daughter was the one that played basketball, mother of this child, this 6-year-old, and she had injured her ankle, and I had the ankle wrap that I put on her, and she seemed to be fine. There was no visible signs of anything, that seemed to be out of place. And but she was still experiencing some discomfort as time went on. And when I went on and took her to the doctor, as it turned out, the reason I couldn't tell the seriousness of her injury evidently is because the wrap had done its thing with keeping things at bay, that it could have been far worse. But to look at her ankle, you couldn't tell that there was an issue going on with it at all. It took
Mhm.
getting an x-ray to know that. So that was a good thing that the wrap kind of helped to stabilize things until we could get her to the doctor. But my son, college
Oh,
football,
college football. Okay.
yes, yes. So my son played football in college, was on scholarship, and has suffered a rather serious knee issue, and it required waiting until he could come home for an extended period of time in order to get it taken care of. And so what I did is I shipped him the knee wrap
Mhm.
at that time, that the one we had at that time. I shipped it to him because he's a pretty big guy, playing football and all. And next thing I know, this guy is playing intramural basketball. Now he couldn't play football because of the severity of the issue. He didn't want to cause any further damage, but he was able to play basketball for the fun of it. So that that spoke volumes as well. He already was wearing the insoles, so that kind of helped. But in the case with both of my children, they were already wearing the insoles. I'm waiting to put insoles in this little kid's shoe though. He caught me the one time. He's like, Grammy, are those magnets? and he's got issues with sensory, so he recognized that he had something in his shoe. So he snatches them out. But it helped to help my older kids, the fact that they were already wearing the insole. So
Right.
love it, love it, love it.
It's awesome. Every generation, doesn't matter how young or how old you are, these products work the way the body works to support it in doing what it's supposed to do, maybe even faster. So there you go. Thanks so much, everyone, for sharing stories.
Absolutely.
Have a
Thank you.
wellness evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.